But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he works free. He stiff arms him. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. On to give, it's Tracy. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Giants have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive in total 8 plays and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Bobby Okereke making that tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Out of the gun, Smith. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
A good action to this point in the third quarter, just a 3-point game, 2nd and 10. Now Gino. That would complete to Trey Tucker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 46. Smith. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Myers. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of slugged.
Brian Dable reaching for that challenge flag, and he's going to have the officials review this call.
The previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Tucker. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Smith throwing again. That's caught by Myers. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jacoby Myers, 28 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was all capped off by Jacoby Myers on the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And New York set to take the field. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
That ball caught by Slayton. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Now Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Here comes third and the length of the football. To throw is Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
They'd been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now it's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Malik Neighbors, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on? And remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
And of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. For the 4th quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Gano out to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
The Raiders on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. Play action. It's Smith. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Shifts by him, and now running right through him. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Singletary to get the drive started. We'll get this up to about the 44.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a 1st down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned. They'll hand it to Tracy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's Wilson. This one to Slayton over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 17 yards and a Giant 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Tracy trying the right side. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Here's Wilson to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On the run is Tracy. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 58 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Giants will add to their 4th quarter lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Gano now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Geno now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Raiders 1st down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
To the air again, Smith. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Smith's going to throw it.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Here's Smith. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
New York set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The drive will start with an option going left. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
On the ground, here comes Tracy.
A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he is going to have a New York 1st down, and the Giants are going to win the football game.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
With that, we say good night from Las Vegas.